Welcome to Kwik Performance. I'm standing here with Pearl. This is my project truck. It's actually a 1999 Chevy Tahoe two-door, two-wheel drive. We codenamed it Pearl for a couple of different reasons. One, the OBS Shop truck or the OBS Shop Blazer is a mouthful and I got tired of saying it. But also, this truck has been a little bit cursed. Every single time we get tearing into it, something else fails or something like that. So by the laying on of hands, we are healing it and whatnot. But so it's black, curse of the black pearl, pearl just stuck. So we call ourselves the OBS Shop because we are really focused on these 88 to 98 and 99 and 2000 Tahoes and Suburbans. We think they're a great truck. They are already set up to where you could buy a clean one and just drive it as a daily, but there's also some mods that can happen to these to make them something that's actually pretty interesting to drive on the daily basis. So we're doing a couple things, like right now we're coming up with a prototype and we're moving forward with our electric fan conversion. That way you can do an LS swap or something like that and have electric fans, and also electric fans are just more efficient. That's what the OEMs do now, so we're bringing this truck up to par there. Also, AC lines. If you're doing an engine swap and you don't want to vouch for the vintage air system right away or something like that, being able to have AC lines that are ready to bolt up to your new Sanden compressor with your LS swap, or if you're wanting to get rid of that R4 compressor and switch to a Sanden, we're making AC lines to make that happen. So stay tuned, we have a whole lot more in store for you. We're under the belly of the beast here of Pearl, and there's a saying that I heard a long time ago. It was in the context of Harley Davidsons, but I think it's universally true that if it's leaking oil, it means it has oil. So it's important to remember. This seal right here on the rear axle, we actually replaced that. It was a known issue, and so I replaced that myself. And then shortly afterwards, it started leaking again. Well, I'm not necessarily an expert mechanic on doing that exact process, and so I was like, okay, I messed up somehow. I'm just going to take it to a reputable shop here in the Springfield area and get it fixed. I did that. They did a great job, and it still leaks. So you hop on the forums to get some help from your buddies, and it turns out that this is sort of a known issue, I guess, and lots of people struggle with it. Leave a comment if you know the trick way to solve it, because I would love to stop putting oil down the back of the vehicle. Thanks. We're still here under the underbelly of Pearl. Wanted to point out a couple other things we've done. We actually did some IHC suspension. It's a 3-inch drop coil, so you still have a stock length of coil. That goes along with the philosophy of this build of wanting the ride quality to be the same as it was stock, but we want the ride height of, you know, something a little bit more sporty. The other thing I want to draw your attention to is, look at that. It still has oil. We have a real rear main seal leak right here, but we're not going to mess with that right now, because the next thing we're going to do about a week from the filming of this is we're actually going to pull the 5.7 out of here, and we have an LS 6-liter that I've built with some friends of mine in order to drop into here so we can get closer to making this the daily driver that I want it to be. So this is sort of the world's introduction to Pearl if you haven't seen it already going down Missouri 65. There's a purpose behind the vehicle. One is it's a rolling billboard for the company. We want people to be aware that we're here to serve the community, and it's, you know, it's a cool looking truck. But that's not its true purpose. Its true purpose is to be my daily driver. And that comes with some real requirements, because I'm not like everyone else, and the things that I want won't be like what you like, and that's fine. That's part of the joy of hot rodding, is building something that's unique to you, not just what you could buy from the showroom or somebody else. And so for me, I love going for a drive. That's one of the passions that I have in life, is just driving around. And when I'm doing that, I want it to be a nice, smooth ride. I want it to be quiet as well, because a lot of times I'm listening to music or podcasts, and I don't want to be distracted by the loudness of the engine and the exhaust system. A lot of my buddies, and this is perfectly fine, love putting those big hog, oinkin, choppy cams in there with loud exhaust, and that does it for them, and I'm excited to help them do that, but that's not mine. That's not my perfect driver. I like going for a drive because I am a driver. That's who I am. I enjoy driving a vehicle, and I don't go on a racetrack that often. I'm not going to use my weekends to do that. Even though I think it's fun and exciting, I'm glad that other people are doing it. That's not me. I'm going to go find a country road and maybe throw a bobber in the water. But otherwise, I need this truck to also fulfill the mission of being a truck. It has to actually haul people around. If you look at a car show, you might actually see car seats in the back of this, because I will haul my kids around, and you know, some cargo to haul around in the back where it's covered, can't be stolen, and is out of the weather. So for me, this is going to be my perfect daily driver, at least until I find the next perfect daily driver.